Sak passe, nap leve, nou fin boule, nap campe. I want to welcome you to the new Haitian generation. I'm your host, Mecca Grimo Marston, and today on the new Haitian generation, we have a special guest. Hollywood American trained actor extraordinaire, Béchir Sylvain. Béchir, I want to welcome you to the studios here at Island Space Caribbean Museum.
Thank you for having me, man. Pleasure.
How you been?
Oh, I've been good. Just excited to be home. Excited to be in Miami, you know?
We're excited that you're here with us also.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Listen, you are the new Haitian generation. And so you being here is fitting. You being in this space is fitting. You being in South Florida is fitting. As a matter of fact, didn't you live here?
Yeah, I lived here. I came out here in '94 with my parents. We left Haiti when I was 13. So in '94, we came out here and I did my 8th grade in Arvida, did Killian, then went to Dade.
Killian, so you're right, South Florida for real.
Yeah, exactly.
Since while we on that, tell us a little bit about your background.
Yeah, man, grew up in Haiti, man, just straight from Haiti, didn't know any English. We left because of Aristide and situation and all that stuff. And, there was a lot of political turmoil that was happening. And then we, started from scratch, and as we do, we resilient. We fought. We did whatever we had to do to, make means. My dad, he decided to work outside of the country because at that time he wasn't a citizen, so he went to Africa to work back his old job called AfriCare. He worked there for like 4 years. Then he went back to Haiti because he's stubborn, because he loves his country as I do.
Yeah, for sure.
I am my daddy's child. So, and then while that was going on me, I was just trying to figure it out, survive. I came in around '94, so around '94, our reputation wasn't that good, right? So I didn't know any English, so when people used to call me like the N-word or Haitian, I didn't know what it was. So I was like, no, Haitian, Haitian. I was like, what is that? Until like somebody told me what it meant, and I was like, oh, they're talking about me? But luckily enough, I got a really good crew of Haitians that were so close to me, so we never stirred away from our culture.
Right.
We just stayed really close, and we became like a little crew, right. Like a Haitian posse. And from there, I fell in love with art later on. I always loved TV and everything when I was a kid. But I never thought it was gonna be something I was gonna go for, because I wanted to be a lawyer like my dad, because my dad was a lawyer in Haiti as well. So I'm like, all right, cool. And then in high school, somebody told me to take an acting class for stage presence as a lawyer. And I was like, all right, I didn't even know what it was. I'm thinking like movie theater. So I show up, boom, boom, boom. Next thing you know, the teacher really liked what I was doing. He asked me to be in his play. I did West Side Story. I played Bernardo. Then he asked me to do a play in my senior year. I was Danny Zuko, first black Danny Zuko.
Black Danny Zuko. Let's go.
And then County. And then he told me I should pursue it. And then I went to Miami-Dade. That's when I really decided, okay, cool, I'm gonna do this. Parents were not having it, but I still, I'm resilient. So I was like, I'm gonna do it anyway. And then I got a scholarship to go to SMU. And then from there, came back, started my own theater company. I had a company down here in Miami called Ground Up and Rising. And we did this for like 15 years. And then one year, I decided that I want to take my chance in Hollywood. I was like, if I'm gonna really do this, I gotta do this 100%. So pack my bags and that.
Slow down.
Oh,
you about to wrap up the whole interview right now.
And it's
in
over.
One shot.
Thank you very much. It's been 2 minutes and we
I
out
know,
here.
Right? About to tell us the whole, hold on. Let's pace this out real quick.
Yes, sir.
This is quite interesting.
Yeah.
You were born down here. You were born in Haiti.
Actually, I was born in Boston because of my dad's job.
Okay.
He worked in AfriCare, so all his medical stuff was, and also my mom's family lived in Boston.
Okay.
So he had my brother in Boston, then he went to Africa, lived there for 5 years. Then he had me, and I was thinking I was going to Africa, and he was like, nah, we're gonna go back home. And I was like, cool. So we went back home, and I stayed there. The plan was never to come here. The plan was never to come here. If anything, the plan was to have an education here and then go back. But then things got so bad, so we literally fled.
Let me ask you.
Like 90% of us.
95, 96, 7. What would you say is your greatest inspiration?
Man, my dad. My dad, bro. 5 languages fluently. Agronom, avocat, just an intellectual. This dude, when he was a kid, created his own way to solve math. I was doing algebra and he was just like showing me stuff. Like he's like, nah, you're doing it wrong, you're doing this. And I was like, that's not what they're teaching us. Right. That man was a poet. His poems, I mean, you name it, man. This guy, definitely, it's good to be able to say that my dad is my hero and my inspiration.
So you sped a little, and I know that you went away and then you came back. You said you started an acting school.
Acting theater.
A theater.
Theater company.
So your theater is that your foundation?
Yeah, definitely,
okay.
For sure.
Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, when I started, started senior year in high school. Once I did the competition, because they do the whole competition thing. And again, I'm a kid from
right.
Haiti. I didn't know anything about this stuff, but I somehow. And also with everything that was going on, I guess I had a lot to express and stuff. So I got to do a scene from Fences, and I got Critics' Choice. And then my teacher was like, yo, you need to pursue this. But then when I was in Miami-Dade, that's when I really took it seriously. And I was like, let me minor in this. Let me just see what's this is about. And I just fell in love telling the stories. And then I fell in love of the ability to represent my own country. Just by being me and being in these plays. I think the first play we did was a Molière, right. Which is French writer, whatever, classical, right? And I played Monsieur Ensemble, and I was like, yo, this is nice, and it made me tap into some areas that I feel like that was in me, and also tap into what my dad probably, because my dad, as much as my friend, it's funny, man.
Did he want you to be an actor? How did he approve?
Yes, this is the thing. Secretly, he would approve.
Okay.
So my mom be like, fais pas acting ça, mon cher. Ou pas besoin faire pas comme ça. Oh, Béchir, faut qu'on bon job, blah, blah. The normal stuff. And my dad would be like, oui, Béchir. Liaison. And then she would leave, and he would be like, bon, là, dans stage, là, mettez mon constat, attendez, faut camper droite. I'm like, yo, this dude.
Even the tutorials.
But my favorite moment, man, was before he passed, bro. I was on deathbed, and I left. It was a December, and he was like, and he said it. He was like, I see you doing this. He's like, do it for sure. And that really, when she gave me that approval, that's when I went full in. I was like, oh. That's it.
I gotta do this for myself. Do this for Pops, and do this for the legacy.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you feel like you're creating a legacy for the family?
I think so.
And for us as Haitian-Americans?
I mean, I think all of it. I mean, the first person that started it was Jimmy Jean-Louis, man. When I saw him in Hero, and they called him the Haitian, I was like, yo. But, I think everybody's doing their own legacy in every way, especially if you're in the arts, in a place where people could see you and other people could see you. I want to influence not only us, I want to influence the world. I want to influence any little kid that was 13. I want to influence the younger me now. Because when I was 13, I didn't see any of us out there, until Bad Boys 2. And I was already, 20-something years old, and I'm like, ugh. And that was a bad representation. And I never saw us speaking our language. I never saw a full scene where we get to see us. And to have the chance to be able to do what I've done so far, I was thinking about it the other day. The first role, the big role I ever got, was a TV show called Love That Girl, and I played a Haitian dude. And
they let you play.
Yeah, the writer.
Notice how I say they let you, because like you said, like we've never seen these images on TV.
And it was because Stacey Evan Morgan, man, God bless her, dude, because she was like so intrigued because I spoke French and everything. She was just like, where you from? I'm like, from Haiti. And she literally wrote that part. I auditioned originally to play Tatiana Ali's brother, but then I ended up being the brother's best friend, and then I became a love interest. So I was like, wow. And I, got to speak French. I get to talk about Haiti. And I was like, yo, this is crazy.
Right.
So, it's definitely seemed like God has put down on me since the beginning, and for it to be from where I started into where I am now, which you're probably going to bring up later.
Right.
But, and also doing BMF and be able to speak Creole, have a full scene in Creole. And for them to trust me to say whatever I wanted.
And that's in 2024.
Yeah, this is now. Exactly.
This is now.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What would you say is your ultimate sacrifice that you've made to be in films, to be an actor and pursue this career choice?
The sacrifice, I mean, when you do the arts, you're always sacrificing the time with your family, the time. Because I work so, people that know me and they'll laugh about it because they know it's true. I work so hard. I'm probably one of the most hard-working actors, when other people be like, I don't see other people work like you. Because I'm not only an actor, you know what I'm saying? I'm always trying to do so many other things besides just act, right? You know, I try to produce. I even try to do, you know, my own community thing in LA, Moonlakai, where I was trying to like bring the community, you know, and then other people started picking that up, and that was great. Like I'm always doing something to be able to uplift the culture. And so yeah, man, I mean, that's
a lot of outreach.
Yeah, I try, and I'm still to this day trying, you know.
And what's your interest in the outreach? I mean, like, you're an actor, you pursue this career choice. A lot of actors just focus on themselves and where they want to go. Why so much of the outreach and into the community, pouring out into the community?
Well, because of the life that I've lived, because of the opportunities that I've received, just growing up in Haiti and the love that I have for it, and also having the parents that I had, and especially my dad. It's almost impossible not to try to do this at the best quality as possible, and using the arts, seeing how it is so influential, because they influenced me. Everything that I saw when I was a kid influenced me, you know. I learned English by watching television. So that tells you the power of that medium, right? So I'm going, man, if this thing could make me learn a whole language, how great would it be if I'm able to also educate people about my culture and show people where I'm from. Right. And sometimes, you know, just being Haitian was enough. And for the longest time, I was beating myself up thinking, man, I have to do something Haitian, And God spoke to me literally and said, but you're Haitian though. And I'd be like, yeah, but I want to do some Haitian roles. I don't understand. And he's like, but you're Haitian. And I was like, oh, okay, I get it. I get
have to do anything.
I get exactly. But he's still blessing me with opportunities that, you know, are, you know, so far groundbreaking, man. And I'm very grateful for it, and hopefully that I keep doing more and more until he stops using me. But until then, I'm just gonna allow myself to be used as much as I can to help the community, because it's our responsibility. If we really want to fix any problem, we got to take hold of it, man. And I'm doing the best that I can, and apparently art is the medium that God has given me to do that.
And that's all you can do.
Yeah.
You know, the best that you can. Be you, like you told us yesterday. What's the hardest role you ever prepared for?
Oof, Malcolm X.
Malcolm X.
Oh, man.
Y'all got you. Go check out my brother playing Malcolm X. And why was it so difficult? I know it's big shoes to fill, but specifically,
it changed my life. That it's funny. Any actor that I've met that either tried or done the play or learned about him, we all have the same kind of like kingship of like, yeah, if you really do the work, if you do the research. I mean, I'm talking about years of research. Like, I've done it since college all the way to like, so I went to college 2006, and I did the production in 2015.
And you casted for the role.
Yeah, and I did. I put it up. I put it up in LA, and man, that brother is just. I personally think he's Haitian, because the way this cat was resilient. I just connected with him in such a great way. He reminds me of Dessalines, you know what I'm saying?
Same blood, man. Same blood.
N'a pouè, mon cher. On l'a, n'a pouè, n'a dit, oh, mais c'est ça, ici. Je me dis, bon, c'est ton grimo.
Malcolm X, oui.
C'est Malcolm X. C'est mon Jacques, mon cher. Mon cher. Nous pas comprendre. Dès qu'on parle, mon cher. Avec papa. Il était le monsieur Tigouge.
Tigouge. No, but that's large shoes definitely to fill.
Yeah,
man.
Malcolm X. That was the toughest role, and my second toughest role was being a husband. That was to a beautiful wife that passed away. That role,
Wait, so okay, so we're not even talking about acting anymore. Because I feel like the role of being a husband is not something that you prepare for. You know, you can try to prepare for it. But it comes up, and I just heard you say something. You said,
she passed away from colon cancer.
So your wife passed away from colon cancer. This is like while you're acting in
2018.
This is while you're in LA.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about, just real briefly.
No, I mean, that woman changed my life as well too, a fighter. And that's another thing that I advocate for. I always tell people to get a colonoscopy if you're 45 years old. Which camera I'm looking at? This one? 45. If you're 45, please, because they lowered it down. Usually it's 50. Go check, get a colonoscopy. Ask if you are eligible to have a colonoscopy if you're younger, or at least get screen tests, because it's a silent killer. It's the same thing that killed Chadwick Boseman. And you don't feel anything. Only thing is either you have blood in your stool, or you're a little fatigued, or you lose a little weight. Who doesn't like losing weight? So you know what I'm saying? And it's a stomach issue, and usually you don't feel anything, and when they catch it, it's too late, and you don't want to. Nobody wants to see their loved ones die that way. So we got married 2014. We had 2 weddings because Haitian family, because we had a small one, and then she was like, "You're not gonna invite your family?" I was like,
that shows the love right there. You gotta show me to your family.
No, but not only that, I was like, "You understand Haitian family?" I'm like, we're getting married in a week.
Right.
For me to tell my family in a week that I'm getting married,
wow.
We're gonna have to wait a year.
Right. For sure.
So we had 2, and man, most beautiful moments in my life, and also one of the toughest moments of my life. But I'm blessed. I think God blessed me with that.
Got you. Want to shout out my brother Kango Kid Pioneer from the group UTFO. Mm-hmm. I was very close to him as well. He also died from colon cancer. Yeah. It's something very serious. It just pops up on you, and because it's inside your stomach, you don't really get to realize.
And if you get a chance, go to there's so many programs out there people don't even look in, like Colon Cancer Alliance. There's Help for Black Men. There's so many. Just put colon cancer programs, and you'll see all these people out there that are really reaching out, especially to the Black community, because it really does hurt the Black community. Right. And I don't want to say it, but it's the food. It's the food, sugar. More importantly, sugar, processed sugar.
Sugar feeds itself. And we're talking about this because his wife passed away. In the prime of him doing his acting and pursuing.
Tout, mon cher, parce que nous malades tout.
Nous manger gris, nous manger tout bagage graisse.
Nous connaissons nous gagne tout bagage, mais en même temps, nous ka mourir dans la ça tout.
Got you. I attended your master class yesterday. Amazing. When I tell you amazing, a boost of energy, motivation. Even if you're an actor and you're doing your thing, you never know too much. Yeah. You understand? There's always room to learn. Knowledge is infinite. Yep. And your class was very enriching. Is this your first master class, and why do you do it?
Yeah, man, this one was my first one. It was a very successful one, and thank you for coming through, man. And that's my goal, is just give back. I came from here. I understand the market down here. I understand how much and how less it is out here, the opportunities. And I just want to give people the tools that I've learned and that have worked for me, that propel me to where I'm going to be, to where I'm at right now. And I'm going, why not? Why not give back as much as I can? So, Universal Casting, shout out to them, man. I used to get booked so many times from them, Lori Wyman, Ellen Jacoby, Ed. It's a tough business, especially in a smaller market. And so I was like, well, why not go back and try to educate folks and give them what's going on from somebody that's still in the business and seeing the differences and seeing the things that they could do to propel their career to another level.
What's the biggest challenge you've ever faced in Hollywood? I know that the role, I asked you about the role that you prepared for. You told me Malcolm X, but a challenge that you faced in being in Hollywood. I know that was new to you when you moved out there. What's the biggest challenge you faced?
I mean, just trying to survive, period. It's just like anything else. But again, you're talking to a Haitian.
Right. We gonna make it.
You know what I'm saying?
Make it pop off.
It's like challenge. It's almost like guys like, when it comes to challenge, give it to a Haitian and he'll get through it. You know what I'm saying? So now, I can't say then, because this is one thing that I've noticed when people talk about challenges. Now I could see how helpful it was, but it's hard. It's extremely hard to try to figure out how you're gonna eat, how you're gonna pursue your career at the same time when you literally can't pay rent, or trying to do your career and your wife is dying, all types of different things that come up, not getting any answer, nobody casting you, and all of that. And what you have to do is just, again, stick with it and trust, and more importantly, have faith and have God in your life, because truly, all of the challenges that I've had in my life, if I didn't have God, I swear I wouldn't be here. I would not be here. Right. And also I'm blessed of the parents, again, like I said, that I've had that constantly remind me like, no, if they could move from Haiti at the highest high of their career and lose everything at 50 and 40, you know what I'm saying, and come out here and start from scratch, where I'm seeing my dad being a agronome or avocat, and now he's working security at some apartment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That breaks your heart, but they did it. You know what I'm saying? So
by
who the
any
heck?
means.
You know what I'm saying? So it's almost impossible when I get a challenge in front of me to be feeling bad.
Right.
I have my moments, but it's quick.
Right.
And I gotta be like, all right, you know what? It sucks. Boom. If it's if it's a week, if it's a year, whatever it is of struggling, I'll do it. But I'm always moving forward to make sure that I take it to the next level.
Your roles are amazing, my brother. As a Haitian American, looking at you, like the country's proud of you, we're proud of you, especially when you go into roles and you push to be a Haitian actor, speaking, the mother tongue. You're speaking Creole in some of the roles.
Yeah, man.
I saw BMF. You're like a Haitian thug.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, if your pops was alive, I don't think he'd approve of that there.
Yo, and funny enough, man, that was I prayed about it. Well, first of all, I pray for every role that I do.
Right.
Whenever I get a role, I pray about it, and I always go, where's the God in this? And I remember getting BMF, and I was kind of scared, because I was like, cat, man, all the stuff that was happening, that was around the time when Jovenel got killed. And I was like, yo, how am I representing Haiti when we're going through all of that by playing a killer?
Right.
And I prayed about it, and God was like, you know what you need to do. Playing honest, but not only that, play the other side of it. If anything, if you look back at that character, I'm standing on his culture, I'm standing on his standard, I'm standing on his pride. It sucks that by chance his situation put him in this place. But imagine if you took that same character and put him in a positive place, you would want him in your team.
He'd prosper. He'd prosper.
Exactly. So I focus on that, and I'm glad that the crowd, the audience actually took it in a positive way.
Right.
And again, that's why I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna really do this, he has to speak Creole. He has to do this. So I pushed into, and also the writers too, man. The writers really, and that's what actually drew me in, because when I read the first thing, I saw some Creole, and I went, yo, and it was like good Creole.
So they had Creole in it before you?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, and then later on, I just added more and added more and added more, but they took their time and said, you know what, we're gonna try to do this right. And we had a Zoom call, and when they told me that, when they literally called me in, and I was like, oh, so they really wanna care this time. I said, all right, fine. I was like, but you hired this brother, and I take this thing really seriously, so I'm gonna go in as hard as I can, because I wanted our culture to come out, regardless of how ugly the situation is. But at the end of the day, I wanted every Haitian to be proud, to no, you see that? That's a heart of a Haitian right there. Like one of my coldest lines that I made up, and that was very old school 1990 Haitian. And every uncle, you've even heard of
that's
either
old school,
uncle
1990?
or dad. Yeah, 1990s, right? When I was in the funeral, and I was like, même si bon Dieu me pas faire, m'a fait quand même.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah. I was like,
right,
yo, that's Haitian. Dude, and it came out of nowhere. I was in the scene, and I just made that up. And if you see it in the thing, they didn't even know how to, they didn't write it right. They didn't even know how to describe it.
Subtitles.
The subtitles are totally wrong. But I knew my people, and that's what I loved about it. I love the fact that I knew my people would get it.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? And I was like, ooh, I get a chance to really tap into that,
Talk about tapping in. Your latest news. I was watching. I was doing a little research on you. Of course, I'm going to be interviewing you, so I'm checking out all the stuff that you've done. I'm so proud of the latest that's about to come out. Talk about that as we go just into the end of the show with that.
Yeah. We're
congratulations, by the way.
Oh, thank you, man.
Big ups to that. That's very big.
Man.
Not saying that your other roles. I think everything leads up to something.
Absolutely.
But as long as there's progression.
Absolutely.
And you're doing it real big. And go ahead and talk about this latest role that you just casted for.
I'm always proud of every role that I've done. Dude, even I always got to give a shout out to Haitian Wedding. You know what I'm saying? That was a movie that I shot in Haiti. And, I got to go back. I got to go to the Citadel. I got to really put my feet on the ground in my homeland, and to feel all this pressure to fall off my shoulder and really get back to my roots again, man. That was the most beautiful thing that ever happened. So again, like I said, man, I pray for everything that I do, and You know, Jurassic World, Rebirth.
Say that again.
Jurassic World, Rebirth.
I said, say that again for the new Haitian generation.
The Jurassic World, Rebirth, the new one that's coming out with Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala Ali, and Jonathan Bailey, and yours truly, Béchir Sylvain. Yeah, man, I got casted on that, and you know, at first I was just like, okay. At first I was like, what? This is weird. And when they sent me the audition, they wanted a French-speaking guy. They wanted a French guy. And I was like, all right, cool, whatever, I'll do it. And but I was like, I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna do it in French and in Creole. Something just told me, let me just do both. So I sent my audition. The day after, I remember my manager telling me, yo, this is good, bro. I think they're gonna love this. And I was like, all right, cool. And then months later, they called me up and they're like, yo, you're the guy. And I was like, cool. I got to meet the director, and then that's why I asked him, I was like, hey, is there any way I can make this character Haitian? And so yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have a Haitian in Jurassic World.
You heard it first on the new Haitian generation.
Yes, sir.
Got a Haitian-American actor playing. You know your name and your role already and stuff like that?
They haven't announced the name, so I can't say the name, but right. I'm definitely in it. You know, I speak French in it, but they made sure that, you know, I represent Haiti. I have like a little Haitian bracelet. There's a scene where I'm cooking, I have some pickles, and I'm cooking like, yeah.
Brio and all of that. Oh, you Haitian to the bone right there.
Yeah, man. It was just great, you know, such a franchise, such a huge franchise. And again, God has given me another opportunity to uplift us in every way that I can. And again, just me being in it, me being Haitian, should have been enough, right? But, you know, God decided to make it even bigger, and he gave me the wisdom and the courage to be able to go, hey, is there any way we could make, and you know, and they had to discuss it, and they're like, yeah, this is fine, it's good, you know.
We're gonna make it happen.
Exactly.
The energy is with you, my brother.
Oh, thank you, man.
The energy is with you. Keep pushing.
Yes, sir.
All right, keep pushing. What would you say to a young Haitian actor, an actor that's in the field? 30 seconds.
Man, all I would say is get good at your craft. You know, go educate yourself. Don't fall into the trap of how fast things are happening with AI and everything like that. Still get the basics, still learn the basics, because that's what you're gonna fall back to regardless. All this stuff, every single time it usually happens, you get excited about all these new tools, but then we always have to go back to the basics. And you always get impressed with the ones that are trained.
Right.
That's why the old heads are still winning. You know what I'm saying? Because they know how to play guitar, they know how to play, you know, music, they know how to read music.
Right.
Yeah, the new tools are great, but at the end of the day, if you learn the skill and you become what I usually say, like the Jordan of your field, learn every aspect of it, you're always gonna succeed. Work hard, you succeed for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it first. Haitian-American actor. Look for him in Jurassic Park. The new one that's coming out, what, 2025, July?
Yeah, July.
2025. Béchir Sylvain on the new Haitian generation. My name is Mecca Grimo Marston, your host. Stay tuned for the next episode.